What is up, casuals? Today I will be giving my predictions and breakdowns for this coming UFC card. Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. The Gooch is back. I'm just gonna give my predictions, my thoughts, and yeah, let you guys know. Let you guys know my picks. Let's start off with the very beginning, fighting the card. Shane Collins versus Otari Tanzalovi. Um, Tanzalovi fought on the Contender Series against Josiah Musasa at bantamweight. I think the big thing about that fight that I remember is just Josiah Musasa demonstrating really good takedown defense, and then me thinking, "Oh wow, this guy's actually really good," and then he just gets fucking slumped with a head kick and then choked out by Carlos Vera. And this guy lost to him. He lost to Josiah Musasa. Um, Shane Collins, on the other hand, I watched his fight on the fight. It was like UFC Fight Pass. I like his game. I think he's got good striking. He's got like good technical boxing. I think he's got some heat in his hands. He seems to be able to put it together well. Stays calm under pressure. Otari Tanzalovi, he's a very high pace, high pressure grappler, but doesn't seem to be able to really impose it all that well. And he seems like when he can't impose it, he kind of gets just beat on the feet pretty easily. And I think Shane Collins has the is since he's bigger and probably going to be physically stronger than someone like Josiah Musasa, being taller, bigger. I think he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns as well, and I see him getting a knockout over Otari Tanzalovi. So I'm picking Shane Collins by second round TKO. I think Tanzalovi's going to hold him against the fence for the first round, slow the fight down, but I think Shane Collins is eventually going to be able to start breaking away from the clinch more. The ref might start breaking the clinch up more, and I think Shane Collins is going to win a decision. Is going to win a by second round knockout. Next up, Carol Rosa versus Luana Santos. I'm gonna pick Luana Santos. I think Luana Santos is pretty good. I think for a majority of this fight, I was picking Carol Rosa by decision because I like her leg kicks, her jab. She moves around well. She stuffed takedowns well, but her fight against, let me look. I believe it was, yeah, uh, Eileen Perez. Kind of had me thinking, I'm not too sure. Because she was able to get taken down, controlled, pushed against the fence, and I like Luana Santos's game. I mean, against Melissa Croden, was it the Canadian woman who is pretty active in her fights? Does some yeah, Melissa Croden got some pretty good wins, beats people up in her fights. I think Melissa Croden's pretty good, and Luana Santos was just able to ragdoll her, kind of use her judo background. And I think if she's able to do that with someone who's a lot more big and physical of a grappler, I think she'll be able to impose it on Carol Rosa. She's made strides in her striking. I believe she's got, well, no, it's a submission over Tainara Lisboa. She's made strides in her striking. She's improved a lot. Nothing crazy, but she has improved a lot. And I like her game now. She's fucking weird for what she did with that dog. You're a sick fuck. You're a sick fuck. But that's besides the point, and the fact that I'm picking her. Uh, Former flyweight, but I think she's big enough. She's taller than Carol Rosa, and I think she'll be able to kind of smudge her and make it boring and possibly get a submission. So I'm picking Luana Santos. Next up, Leon Shabazian versus Levon Chokeli. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a casual. I did no research for this fight. I'm gonna feel like a dork because I'm just copying bedtime, and I had someone comment that I just copy bedtime on everything. I'm just gonna pick Levon Chokeli. Uh, I also saw the odds for this fight, and he was a huge favorite, and I'm just gonna assume it's for good reason. Um, I tried to beat I'm not just bedtime allegations, but uh, I'm not doing too hot with it right now, considering I'm just copying what he picked for this. But I'm just gonna pick him, and I'm not doing much more research into this. Next up, we have Michael Aswell versus Gaston Bolaños. I'm picking Michael Aswell. For one, I think he's bigger, he's taller, he's younger. I think he's a better boxer. I think he's faster. And while Ilya Toptoro, ba 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 ba. While he's coming in from bantamweight and he should have the lighter man's skill, there's one thing about him that I just kind of can't get past, and he's quite technical on the feet. He throws his kicks very well. He's technical with his strikes, his punches. He's got good elbows, like good kickboxing. He just seems oddly slow. He's a good fighter. He is a good fighter. He just seems oddly slow, and it's weird. Michael Aswell, the only thing that I think holds him back is I think he just doesn't have the power to get respect from his opponents. I think if he had the power of, let's say, I don't even know. Who's someone who has, like, overrated power, but still has some good power? Let's say he had, like, power relative to, like, Paulo Costa in his hands. You know, not, like, insane power, but he can hurt you and he can sting you. Maybe like Dan Hooker type power. Then I think he probably would have knocked out Balagioki. He probably would have knocked out Bogdan Grad. I think he beat Bogdan Grad regardless. Might have knocked out Luke Riley. His power is the only thing that holds him back, in my opinion. But I don't think that's going to be a factor in this fight, considering he's got good output. He's got good boxing. He trains at the 4-ounce, I think it's 4-ounce Fight Club, is it? With them, Joshua Van in them. No, Metro Fight Club. Metro Fight Club. I think 4-ounce Fight Club is where Derek Lewis trains. He's got good boxing. He times his shots well. He's got good combinations. He's faster. He's got great output. A granite chin. I just think he's going to piece up Gaston Bolaños and he's going to win a comfortable decision. You know, I think he's just significantly faster and better, and I'm picking him to win. Bolaños hides behind his kicks well, but I think Michael Aswell is going to be able to pressure and stuff the range of the kicks, so there's going to be no success with it. So I'm picking Michael Aswell. Next up, Alan Nascimento versus Mitch Raposo. A part of me wanted to pick Nascimento. I'm fucking picking Mitch Raposo. I can't lie. Okay, and here's my take on it. Mitch Raposo's a shorter, stockier dude who he's very in and out, moves very well. Nascimento's stuck in the mud when he strikes. And against Cody Durden, his fight against Cody Durden was really what sold me on it. Against Durden, he couldn't get his takedowns, and he was low-key getting pieced up by Durden until he landed that step-in elbow. I think Mitch Raposo's too, like, in and out for him. He's a very in and out fighter. He's very blitzy. He's got good fast hooks. He's got a nice jab. I just think Mitch Raposo is going to be able to stink it up. He's going to be able to avoid the takedowns. And I think he's going to be able to, being that stocky, he's going to be able to get stuff the takedowns quickly, get away from them. And I think he's going to just kind of piece Nascimento up, just being a little bit faster, a little bit more explosive, and landing a little bit harder. Because Nascimento, he's a little bit slow on the feet, and he's a little bit stuck in the mud. So I'm picking Mitch Raposo. It's a big underdog pick. A lot of people picking Nascimento, but I'm sticking with Mitch Raposo. I got a real gut feeling about this fight that I've had for a while. Next up, we got Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins. It doesn't feel like Bia Mesquita's 5'4" for some reason, but she is. I'm picking Bia Mesquita. There's 3 women in bantamweight right now that I kind of just view as, oh, these women just like grab you and they throw you to the floor and they just beat the shit out of you. Kayla Harrison, Michelle Montague, and Bia Mosquita. And I guess if you want to consider Melissa Croton one of them, Melissa Croton's like a worse version of all of them, but still fun to watch. I'm picking Bia Mosquita to just grab Melissa Mullins and then just beat the shit out of her on the ground. Bia Mosquita is very physical. She's very strong. We've seen that Melissa Mullins can get taken down and hurt and finished and beat. Uh, Bia Mosquita's you know, she's got great grappling. She transitions very well. She maintains top position very well. Very good ground and pound. She chooses her shots well. A lot of force behind him. I like her game. I'm picking her. I don't think anyone's really disagreeing with me on this. I think this is a very clear cut pick. We all know why we're picking Bia Mosquita. She's strong. She's physical. She's a specimen for women's bantamweight. All right, she's a specimen, and Melissa Mullins is kind of just above average, where Bia Mosquita is, I think, a cut above the rest. Next up, Andre Lima versus Kevin Borjas. I'm picking Andre Lima, and normally in a Kevin Borjas fight, I think Kevin Borjas is going to have a fluky moment where he drops him big and does this and that, but I don't think that's going to happen this fight. And I think for one reason is that when I look back at Kevin Borjas' fights, I noticed in the Andre Lima fight, or not in the Alessandro Costa fight, he got chewed up with leg kicks and he didn't deal with them well. And Lima has nasty leg kicks. I think he's going to be able to use his leg kicks very well against Borjas to slow him down and keep his movement stationary. I think he's got good body shots, and we know Borjas doesn't react well to body shots. He's going to slow him down with body shots. He's going to slow him down with leg kicks, and I see him finishing him in the second round. I see him finishing him in the second round with combinations against defense. It sucks because Borjas is actually really good, I think. I think if Borjas got the matchups that some of these other guys have, like if he got a Matt Schnell matchup, I think he slimes Matt Schnell out. I think if he got a matchup against Daniel Perez, he'd smoke Daniel Perez. If he got a matchup against Luis Garul, he'd smoke Luis Garul. I think he'd school a lot of these guys in these matchups, but he kind of gets thrown to the wolves time and time again. Imanol Rodriguez, Andre Lima. He was booked against Edgar Chairez at one point. Alessandro Costa, Joshua Van. This guy's consistently thrown to the wolves despite being really good. And I think it sucks for him because I really like him. I think he's a very fun fighter. But I'm picking Andre Lima. I think Andre Lima puts it together well. He can grapple well. We know he has a submission game. He has nasty leg kicks, good body shots, all of these things we have seen Borjas struggle with. I think he has the perfect style to just genuinely dismantle and beat the shit out of Borjas. So I'm picking Andre Lima by second round TKO. Next up, Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. I'm picking Vinicius Oliveira. I think he's going to be able to outdog Andre Fili. Here's my thing. I think Mario Batista is significant levels above Andre Fili, and he was able to take down and ragdoll Vinicius Oliveira with ease. I think Andre Fili's wrestling is about on the same level as a Ricky Simone, who Vinicius Oliveira was able to stuff the takedowns of consistently and eventually and piece him up while stuffing all the takedowns. I think Vinicius Oliveira is going to chew up the leg of Andre Fili. He's going to land combinations. And I think he's going to comfortably win a decision. Vinicius Oliveira has good takedown defense. Okay, he does. Mario Batista is just a really good fighter. Really high level. And I don't think I think he's very underrated. Especially after the Jose Aldo performance. And I think considering this, it's just a testament, considering how he did against Vinicius Oliveira, it's more of a testament to how good Aldo's takedown defense is, but I think he's going to comfortably outstrike Andre Fili. I think he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns. I don't think Andre Fili's grappling is on the level of a Mario Batista, but I think it's just about on the level of a Ricky Simone. And I think that's just about the level of grappling that Vinicius Oliveira can just completely nullify, and I think we could see Oliveira get a takedown of his own. So I'm gonna ride with Vinicius Oliveira. I still like him. I still think he's a fun fighter. He's still a very entertaining guy. So taking Vinicius Oliveira. What do we got in the rest of this card? Ooh, it's a fun card. Next up, Melsik Bagdasaryan versus Murtazali Magomedov. I'm gonna pick Murtazali Magomedov. I saw him on the Contender Series. He's got good power. He's good technical striker. He's one of these Kyrgyzstan guys, so he's gonna develop a fan base quickly. I think he's gonna struggle a bit with Bagdasaryan. I've always been calling him Melsik Bagdasaryan, but he has no H in his name after the S. It's Bagdasaryan, is it? That's weird. Bagdasaryan is a fast kickboxer. He's really fast. He's really fast. He's really technical. He moves along the outside well. He's southpaw against orthodox, so I think Bagdasaryan is going to be throwing them body kicks and leg kicks, keeping the rear hand of the right hand of Murtazali occupied. But I think eventually Murtazali is going to find the mark. He is going to put him out. Bagdasaryan was chinned by he was chinned by John Silva. Maybe Magomedov isn't on that level. We won't know yet, but I'm just going to trust in Magomedov being younger in the game, having pretty similar levels of experience in MMA. He fought a good undefeated fighter from the Khabib camp on the Contender Series, who's then won his next two fights. I just trust his game, and I think he's going to be able to implement it well. Hyder Emil versus Christian Rodriguez. I'm going to pick Hyder Emil. I'm a big Hyder Emil fan. I love Hyder Emil. I think he's fun to watch. I think he's sick. He's badass. I think he's going to beat Christian Rodriguez. I don't think Christian Rodriguez is cut out for featherweight. I think he is too small. I think he's flabby at featherweight. I think he's better at bantamweight. If he was just disciplined and cut the weight correctly, he'd be able to do it no problem. I just think he's undisciplined. He's good. He's technical. He's got great grappling, but I think Emil is going to be bigger and be able to stuff the takedowns. I think he's going to be able to put it together on the feet, and I think he's really going to outstrike Christian Rodriguez and just put combinations on him, attack the body, combinations, head and body. He puts a pace on people, and although he couldn't keep it in his last fight against Jamal Emmers, that fight was a little bit of a short notice fight where he got taken down a bunch. He had to grapple more, wasn't really prepared. I think this time he's going to be more prepared. I think his cardio is going to be on point, and I think he's going to be able to put it together, and I think he's going to be able to just wither Christian Rodriguez against the fence. I think there is the off chance that Christian Rodriguez is able to just grapple fuck him into oblivion and able to just take him down and hold him there and possibly find a submission, because when he gets it to the ground, he is really good on top. But I just see Hyder Emil pressuring him against the fence. It's hard to shoot when you're moving backwards. I see Emil pressuring him against the fence and just putting it on him with combinations, leg kicks, body kicks, combinations to the head and body, just massive output that's gonna wither Christian Rodriguez. And I'm picking Hyder Emil by a third round TKO. Next up, Ion Cutelaba versus Navajo Sterling. This one's tricky because I could see Ion Cutelaba just taking him down and submitting Navajo Sterling, because we've seen in his last fight a big physical grappler like Umar Sy shoots in for a takedown. Cutelaba stuffs it and flips it, reverses, and ends up in mount. We know he's got great grappling. How the fuck did Johnny Walker actually... He's just very wishy-washy. It's hard to know which Cutelaba you're going to get, but I think recently, with the consistency we see, I think he's going to be a tough Cutelaba. I am going to pick Navajo Sterling, however, because I think he's well-rounded. He's well-rounded. He's very composed. He's been to these decisions before, and I think recently now that he's had his couple of decisions where he's looked not the greatest, and now he's had his fight against Bruno Lopez, who granted he's fought a couple cans. I don't think Bruno Lopez is that bad. His only losses are to Navajo Sterling and Dustin Jacoby, great fighters, and then he beat what's the dude's name? Magomed Gaziasulov, who was undefeated at the time, big, and he did as a big favorite, big underdog. So I think he's quite good. He's quite impressive. He beat Rodolfo Bellato, good fighter. Ivan Arslan, decent fighter, decent striker. He has a good win against Tuco Tucos. All of the people he's beaten have wins in the UFC. They're guys who have won in the UFC. And now it's for his biggest test, Ian Cutelaba. I think the level of adversity he's faced with some of these guys and what he's shown, I think it's going to be just the level. I think it's just enough experience now that he could go in there against a guy like Cutelaba and he can have a tough fight where things aren't going his way, and I think he can still pull it out the bag. He's got a good bag of tricks. He can mix in the grappling when he needs to. He's got pretty good takedown defense. We know he's got good striking. He sticks behind his jab really well. He rips shots to the body super well. He's got good knees, good elbows. He mixes in strikes well, and I think he's gonna finish Cutelaba in the second round. And I think it's gonna big break. I think it's gonna be a big breakout performance for him. A win over a guy like Cutelaba is gonna be a big thing for him, and I think it's gonna show he's a next level. And I think after this, he could fight someone like Alonzo Menefield if he wins, which I think he will. But it's still a tough matchup, and this is the kind of matchup that's gonna get him really on notice, and people are really gonna start to respect him. So I'm picking Navajo Sterling by second round TKO. Next up, Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. Damn, Kyoji Horiguchi's got a short ass reach. I'm still picking Kyoji Horiguchi. When this fight got announced, I was thinking Kyoji Horiguchi from the start, and a part of me wanted to switch it to Kape. I don't think I am, though. I'm going to stick with Kyoji Horiguchi. And just not even taking anything from their other fights. From their other fight before, because they both changed drastically since then. Kape is a good fighter. Great striker. Fast, explosive. He's very walk him down. I just think Kyoji Horiguchi is going to be able to chew him up with the leg kicks. He's got nasty leg kicks. He's very blitzy. He moves very well. And I think his very in and out style is going to be able to keep Manel Kape off of him. I think he's going to be able to sting Manel Kape early. He was able to land his right hand a lot in their first fight. Or not his right hand. Oh, yeah, his right hand. Yeah, Manel Kape southpaw. He was able to sting him with it a lot. The in and out blitzy kind of style gives Manel Kape struggles. And whenever you put Manel Kape on notice like that, he drops his output drastically. Like against Royval doesn't have the kind of power or speed or footwork to really put Kape on notice that gets him like, I gotta worry about this, and drops his output. Bruno Silva wasn't able to land enough on him to get him to drop his output. Masio Mabaya doesn't really have the power to get him to drop his output like that. I think Kyoji Horiguchi is fast enough and powerful enough to do that. And one thing I've noticed in Manel Kape fights is he likes, and maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I noticed that he kind of likes to reach for kicks. He kind of likes to reach for low kicks and reach and grab at these kicks that are coming out his way. And I think that's going to be prime for a Kyoji Horiguchi head kick to land at some point and hurt him. We know Kyoji Horiguchi is a great grappler, and when you mix in the grappling, Manel Kape kind of halts Manel Kape and keeps him at range and keeps him from just pressing you forward. I know I'm kind of gonna sound like I'm repeating bedtime. I promise I've had Kyoji Horiguchi picked this entire fight camp, for this entire, like, the entire time this has been announced. Um, when Minoke backs you against the fence, that is where he tends to do his best work, and he is sharp at all ranges, but he's kind of like very like shot selective at range. When he gets you against the fence, he will unload combinations. He will unload head, body, knees, elbows. But I don't think Kyoji Horiguchi moves well enough. And for these, usually in these smaller cages in the Apex, it, it's a big thing. But with these smaller guys, they still have a lot of room to move around. And Kyoji Horiguchi moves super well. And so I'm gonna pick Kyoji Horiguchi by decision, mixing in the grappling to get Manel Cape off of him, chewing up the legs and the body, and I think mixing in the head kicks when Manel Cape starts to reach for them a little. The straight right's gonna be there for him all day. He lands it a lot. He's very consistent. He's very accurate with it. I think the very in and out style of him is going to give Manel Cape struggle to get his shots off, and I think it's going to be a showcase for Kyoji Horiguchi, and he's going to look great. The Gooch is getting it done. But yep, those are my takes. Tell me what you guys think down below. Give me your thoughts and predictions. See ya. Bye bye.